Welcome to another episode of Tech Talk Today. I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of terminal emulation, specifically looking at a unique solution called SoloScreen, which is designed for PHP applications. Now, when you hear terminal emulator, you might think, oh, that sounds technical, but trust me, there's some really interesting stuff here, so stay with me. To start off, let's break down what a terminal emulator actually is. Essentially, it's software that mimics the functionality of old-school computer terminals. It reads text input and displays output, as well as interprets special commands that control how that text is shown on your screen, like moving the cursor, changing text colors, or even clearing parts of the display. I mean, it's pretty much the digital equivalent of a classic typewriter, but with all the bells and whistles. Now, SoloScreen is particularly exciting because it's built entirely in PHP, a scripting language often used for web development. This means that developers can craft intricate text-based user interfaces completely in PHP without needing to rely on other programming languages or heavy dependencies. It's lightweight and efficient. Here's the story behind SoloScreen. It was originally developed to solve a problem in a project called Solo for Laravel. If you haven't heard of Laravel, it's a popular PHP framework used to build web applications. So in Solo for Laravel, multiple processes are run at the same time, and when they output text, they use ANSI escape codes to control formatting and screen movement. However, those codes could sometimes mess up the display, causing a chaotic user experience. Yikes. To combat this, SoloScreen came into play. It creates a safe virtual terminal that isolates those ANSI operations, ensuring that everything stays neatly contained. Imagine being able to juggle multiple items without dropping them. That's what SoloScreen does for terminal output. Now, what really stands out about SoloScreen are its features. It has comprehensive support for ANSI operations, things like cursor positioning, text styling, and content management. It even manages different character widths, which is vital for languages that use double-width characters like Chinese or when displaying emojis. Speaking of emojis, how cool is it that you can seamlessly integrate those into your terminal outputs? It's like giving a voice to your interface. So, let's talk about how to actually use this nifty tool. You might be envisioning fancy coding with lots of complicated commands, but it's straightforward. Developers can install it easily via Composer, just a simple command line, and you're ready to go. You can set up screens of specified sizes, write out text with ANSI codes for styling, and even manage content with scrolling features. It's like running your own little operating system within PHP. And here's something interesting. It doesn't stop at simply rendering text. The testing framework behind SoloScreen is innovative too. It uses visual snapshots to ensure that what you see on your screen matches what's generated by the software. It's like having a digital twin for terminal output. This means that even when complex layouts or multi-byte characters are involved, you can trust that your terminal interface will behave as expected. Now, before we wrap up, let's think a bit. If you're a developer or just someone interested in tech, what would you create using a tool like SoloScreen? Would you build a game, a chat interface, or maybe a data dashboard that could be viewed entirely in terminal mode? The possibilities are endless. As we close today's discussion, we've seen how SoloScreen allows PHP developers to create efficient, visually pleasing, and richly interactive text-based user interfaces. It manages complexity in a world where clarity is key, ensuring that users have a smooth experience. Thanks for tuning in to this exploration of SoloScreen.